But 13 to 18 years old, what are you doing? You have no business being involved with other people on a physical level. When you learn what soul ties are, is when you learn you're not grown up yet. Hi everyone, ohoro wanyu, como esta, habari zenu, guten tag, konnichiwa, and all the other greetings. It is Kenyan Hippie back with a new video. If you just came across my channel, hello. I hope you'll stick around and learn something. My About Me video is right here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much, Asanteni. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's react to our video today. Let's just react to this video together, okay?
The community is affecting us.
I'm not infected. I have papers to prove I'm not infected.
So, it took me about 3 tries to get what that video was about. And I got it because I'm a woman and I've used this form of birth control before in my life. But essentially, this teenager is trying to rebut the assumption that teenagers are all getting pregnant by showing off her birth control. It's an implant that goes in the arm, in the bicep area. And when I watched that, I'm 39 years old, okay? My immediate thought was, that's not the flex you think it is. Like, because you're not getting pregnant, but what are you getting? Herpes? Soul ties? You know? Teenagers should not be having sex. Teenagers should not be having relations. You're way too young to handle the consequences of that. And I'm not talking about just the physical consequences. I'm talking about mental consequences, emotional consequences, spiritual consequences, trauma bonds. I don't know how things are in Kenya now, because things are changing and not for the better among the youth and among Gen Z. But this element of hookup culture, it's really, even if you had one, let's just say you have one boyfriend, even then as a teenager, you're still too young. In America, it's almost normalized that in high school, you're expected to start sleeping around and getting intimate with people. You're in high school. Teens. I'm talking 13, especially to 18. What are you doing? What are you doing being intimate with anyone? You're a child. Am I the only one who gets concerned about this stuff? Growing up, of course, it was taught to us. I grew up in a Christian home. It was hammered into our brains. Marriage, intimacy is for marriage. Physical intimacy is for marriage. And I'm using intimacy as a blanket term. I know intimacy is not equals to relations. I'm using it as a blanket term because I'm not sure what YouTube terms and conditions are about this. But 13 to 18 years old, what are you doing? You have no business being involved with other people on a physical level. Because let me tell y'all, when you learn what soul ties are, is when you learn you're not grown up yet.
When they say you have sex, you are joined in the physical act, emotionally, and spiritually. See, we don't think about that because we can go places and Netflix and chill. We can go places and hook up. What you don't know is that every time you hook up, you are joining to that person physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And it's supposed to be something that's never broken apart. And so that's why when you just hook up with that person and you rip it away, they always take a piece of you. Because it was supposed to be a bond that was only done with one person one time. And so if you're hooking up with them and you rip away, and then you hook up with them and you rip away, and you hook up and rip with them and you rip away, you will never be everything God called you to be because people are walking around with pieces of you.
All the demons people carry in them, you're sharing them with them. You're not just exchanging bodily fluids, you're exchanging demons as well. You're exchanging their trauma. You're leaving a little piece of you with everyone that you do that with. What do you have left to give the person you end up falling in love with in life? The person who's meant for you. Why is this a thing? Why is this even a trend? The worst part, this video had so many views, so many likes. And when I see that, it tells me people are agreeing with it. And there wasn't one rebuttal of, A, This is not a flex. This is also not good. You're trying to look like you're rebutting something, but you're flexing about something that's not supposed to be flexed about. Can we talk about diseases? Oh yeah, I'm not pregnant. Now you have herpes. Now you have HIV. Hookup culture in America is so disgusting, but it's even worse when it's a teenager. Someone who's not mature yet. I think people should basically just stay away from it up until you're 25 at least. Hopefully in a committed, loving relationship. Why 25? Because your prefrontal cortex is not done developing until you're 25. Don't make any major life decisions until you're 25. I don't even think you should get married until you're 25 because again, your brain is not done developing. But this is on a whole different level. It worries me how this has just been embraced as a normal thing. Oh, my teenager. And then you mothers, why are you putting your children on hormones? Why are you putting your teenage girls on pills to regulate their hormones? You don't know how to look for other homeopathic remedies to that, to even out their hormones. Because once you do that, it's like you're giving her the permission slip to go do whatever she wants. Do you know what your children are doing, y'all? Are you so out of touch you have no idea? Or are you just okay with it? Oh, you're 13, you're ready for what? Ready for what? No, they're not. This is crazy to me. Because I worry about our freaking future. I worry about our children. I worry about these children. By the time they're 18, so they go to high school until they're 18. This is why these breakups are so hard on these children. It's because they're trauma bonded and soul tied to people they're sleeping with. My breakups in high school, I was like, bish, bye. Because I wasn't involved with these people. There's a different level of connection you have when you have a soul tie with someone. Because you were intimate with them. Someone very close to me, their son, okay, 18, I don't even know, 17, maybe he was about 17, broke up with his girlfriend, could not function for weeks, because of breaking up with a girl. Why do you think that is? Because of this. It's because they sleep together when they're too young and then they become trauma bonded. So you think it's love. Oh, I love them. No, you don't love them. You don't love them. You're traumatized. Okay? There's a difference. You're soul tied to them. That's why it's so hard to break those chains apart.
Dr. Dayan,
Yes.
is it too dangerous to fall in love young?
Yes. As a father of 3 daughters, I can tell you if you fall in love too young, and I'm talking 13, 14, 15, it can be dangerous to you because you have premature crystallization of your identity. What does that mean? It's arrested development. You don't grow. You don't expand. Many girls have their first date by the age of 13. 75% of girls have their first date by the age of 15. Now, there are some girls by 16, 17, they completely fall in love and they can tolerate it. And they meet their lovebirds and they meet their perfect match forever. But that's not true for everyone. Too many girls fall in love with a guy at a young age within high school. 50% will give up their friends. 25% don't give up their friends, but 50% give up their friends. And when they do give up their friends, they may be more popular because they're the ones that are faster. They're hanging out with the guys. But the reality is depression goes up, loneliness goes up, anxiety goes up, future goals go down, especially for girls who have a lot of sex at a younger age or have romantic relationships that aren't very good.
And it took me such a long time to learn this. And I learned it the hard way. And even if I waited until I was 18, almost 19, I still wasn't ready. Because again, you could be as careful as you are and use the protection and all that. You're not protecting your soul against the soul ties. You're not protecting your heart from heartbreak. You're not protecting yourself from being trauma bonded with certain individuals you have no business being trauma bonded with. Teenagers should not be dilly-dallying in these issues. Teenagers should not be taking part in such adult activities. Please talk to your children and monitor what they're doing. They're not ready for this. This is why early 1900s, people would get married very, very early. This is why. They were trying to mitigate, you're coming into adulthood, your hormones are acting up, now you're married. So when you do it, you're within the protections of a marriage. You're not having a child out of wedlock. You're not sleeping around. You're not getting trauma bonded and soul tied to people. Now this is the norm. This really worries me. Am I the only one who worries about these things? Teenagers, stop! You should not be doing anything like this. Not even close. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Guard your temper, y'all. This is not okay. And the fact that she's showing off her birth control. What happened to privacy? TikTok is such a TMI platform. I mean, so is Instagram. Now, social media in general has made people just... It's like people stopped journaling and started posting videos. So you're showing us you're using an implant, which you're telling us very clearly that you are involved with someone on a physical level and you're a teenager. But then you're not getting pregnant, so good for you. Am I supposed to be proud of you? Is that supposed to be a flex? Congratulations, I guess. Be careful with the HIV, AIDS, and STIs and STDs. But some of them are not curable, like genital herpes. How about the trauma bonds? When I was, 14, 15, there used to be this newspaper. Every Sunday, there was an advice column, the Aunt Tabitha and Aunt whatever. And I think it was a very young teenager, 13, 14 years. She had written into the newspaper and she was asking for advice. And she asked, hey, Aunt so-and-so, I am this many years old and I'm wondering if I am ready to be intimate with my boyfriend. The advice she was given stuck with me for life. And of course, until I was older, I didn't really process it, but I remembered it. And the way this lady answered her was, if you are ready to deal with the physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual consequences of doing that, then you're not ready to do that. But unfortunately, as a 15-year-old reading this, it doesn't interpret, right? You don't know what that means. You don't know how to translate that. The words are obviously understandable. It's in the English language, but you don't really understand the implications until you're older. Until you're much, much older. And then you realize, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that with that individual. That individual has a lot of issues. That individual had no business being anywhere near me. Why can't I tear myself apart from this person? Because of that soul tie.
You gotta be careful who you lay down with. Because when you mix in spirits, that's what you do. You know, when you're having sex with people, you're bonding within that. That's when people break up, and they might break up with somebody, but that person can still have a hold on them. Tell them something, you get that phone call, and that heart and the stuff like, because they're connected is a soul tie. So you gotta be able to get that off of you too. You might break up with somebody, but there can be soul ties. You don't know what they're connected to as well.
And I wish someone could talk to these teenagers and teach them these things. They might not listen, but at least they know better. You guys, keep it in your pants. You teenage boys, keep it in your pants. And you teenage girls, also you keep it in your pants. Talk to your children, keep an eye on them, teach them about what soul ties mean and STDs. This has become a thing. No one really cares anymore. No one cares anymore. Just hop from one thing to the other. But yay, she has an implant, so it's okay. Pregnancy is the least of your concerns, darling. Least of your concerns. If you've seen this trend, or you've seen this and you know about this, or when you were in high school, this was kind of normalized that teenagers can do these kinds of things, let me know in the comment section. I know it differs by culture. Like I said, I grew up in Kenya, so I grew up very differently, but my gosh. If you stuck this far, appreciate you so much. Make sure to leave me a like and a comment and maybe a subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Kenyan Hippie out.